Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Rajivpujala. In this playlist, I'm going to teach about the AppScript language. If you're comfortable with Excel, VBA, and macros in the Microsoft Excel product, and if you're already comfortable with how to record the macros or how to develop the Excel VBA using the Microsoft Excel, and if in case if you're planning to do the same in the Google Sheets, then basically here we call this language as of AppScript. And in this playlist, I'm going to teach each and everything about how to use the app script, how to record the macros, how we can use and how to run multiple functions, how we can schedule and everything. So first of all, let's start with the basics. So in this video, I'm going to give you about the basics of what we have to do. So over here, we have a sheet one. So basically, if you create a plus here, sheet two, sheet three. So we call these as sheet tabs. And so if you look at over here, everything, the entire layout, it looks like Excel, Microsoft Excel only. If in case, if you are looking for a place where you can go ahead and where you can write the app script language, so on the top, you can see an add-on called extensions. So click on the extensions and there is something called app script. And as well, we have something called macros and there it go. We have this record macro. So similar to Excel macros, so we have an option over here where you can record the macro and you can use the generated code again and again. So in this playlist, I'm going to talk about the app script, like how you can write the code on your own from end to end, and at the end I will also explain how you can use the macros and record a macro, and then how you can fine tune the recorded macro as per your requirements. So click on the app script over here. It takes to you a separate window. It is loading. It may take like hardly 10 seconds. And let's name the project over here. And I'm naming my project as Rajiv Pujala Apps Script Codebook. Right? Click on rename. Okay. Now you can see we have something over here which is called code.js, and we have the libraries as well, and we have the services as well. So let's not look at libraries and services. Let's focus on the code.js. What exactly is this code.js? So basically this is the tab which allows us to write the program over here. And Excel VBA is a scripting language, whereas here in AppScript, everything is based on the JavaScript. Whether you are familiar with the JavaScript or if you're not familiar with the JavaScript, you really don't have to worry. I will cover everything in detail. And if you're already comfortable with Excel VBA, this is like a cakewalk for you. Even though if you're not comfortable with the Excel VBA, still you can easily understand this one. And here everything starts with the function. Okay. So for example, you can write something like so you can rename this like my sheet or whatever it is, and then you can write the list of functions over here. If in case if you're looking for one more, you can click on plus sign over here, and it will and click on script. It will give you some other one. So let's rename this as like um, copy data something. You just click on enter, automatically it will create a .js file, and again you can see it is giving a basic function. You can rename the function and you can write everything over here. And let's go ahead, and if you want to delete this one, you can click on the three vertical dots and click on delete over here. Let's go to the code.js. I mean, if you want to rename, you can rename. I'm renaming this one to access a sheet, right? And now let's go back to our spreadsheet, and let's see how many sheets we do have. So we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. And when you are writing a program, and if in case if you have all the data in the sheet 1, so basically you have to tell to your app script language that hey, whatever I'm going to do right now, I wanted you to go ahead into sheet 1 sheet and perform all these operations. So for example, let us assume that whenever you open the sheet, and if sheet 3 is the active sheet, basically whatever you perform, whatever the code that you write here, everything will be performed in the sheet 3. But if you have the data in sheet 1 or sheet 2 or some other sheet names, etc., you always have to give like which is the active sheet for the app script. So let's start the simple program. Function, it's very as easy as that. Access sheet. I'm using a camel case over here. So camel case is nothing but so something like Rajiv Pujala and access a notebook. So basically, this really helps for the users to quickly read the functions instead of giving all the capital letters or like having like unlimited hyphens or underscores. Rather than that, always try to prefer use a camel case. Let's start with this one function access sheet, and a function always starts and ends with a open and close brackets. And let's have this the curl over here. Even if in case if you click on plus here, the same syntax will be shown over here. You can see something like this one, right? Let's go back to our sheet access sheet, and here so let's do this one. So this is the entire spreadsheet, right? So basically now first we have to tell like, hey, I wanted to active this spreadsheet. How we can do so I'm considering a variable spreadsheet, or let's start with this one spreadsheet. I mean, the moment if you're typing you start seeing the suggestions over here. You can click on the tab whenever you see a suggestion, it will automatically update over here. Dot get active spreadsheet. Do remember that if in case if you write something like a small s over here, it will throw you an error because this is a case sensitive, right? So this is the active spreadsheet. So the first line that I gave here is that, hey, go into the spreadsheet and active the spreadsheet. So for this one I'm just rename, I mean, instead of writing this again and again, I'm going to rename this as a variable spreadsheet. So we have something called variables and we have something called constants. So if you know that something a value which like kind of changes again and again, so basically you have to use the variables. And if you know that if something is like constant, for example my name, no matter wherever I am, my name always remains same, so you can use the constants. Okay, so always end the quotes with a colon over here. Even if in case if you don't end the syntaxes with the colon, it's still fine. But this is what the app script library says. So right now what we have done over here is that we are telling to the app script that, hey, go and access this file. Okay, now it has access to this file. And now what we have to tell to the app script is that which sheet you have to go look in. So for example, let us assume that my data is in sheet 1, right? So I wanted it to active the sheet 1. So whichever, I mean, right now sheet 1 is active, and if you click on sheet 3 is active, like that I wanted sheet 1 to be active. So and so here the spreadsheet, right? I'm just taking this one spreadsheet dot get sheet by spreadsheet app dot get active, get sheet by name. I wanted it to be sheet 1, so I'm naming this as variable sheet, as easy as that. Okay, and then so I want to see, I mean, which is the active sheet now. So we have two ways. One is the browser dot message box. So basically if you write this one, a dialog box opens over here, a pop-up opens over here. And if in case, because we are writing the script over here, and if you want to see the output over here, you have to use the logger.log. So logger.log, I want to see the sheet name, get name, right? So this is done. Click on run here. If in case if you're doing for the first time, it will ask for the review permissions. So select your email, click on advanced if in case. This one trust app allow. So there was a type of mistake over here. I mentioned like a capital S over here. It should be small s. Now let's click on the run, and now you can see the active sheet is the spreadsheet 1. So keep watching the rest of the videos as well in the playlist to understand and learn this how this app script works, and to become a full pro developer on the app script. Thank you. Have a good day.